first at 4. Following the destruction from Tropical Storm Debby in our area, WSAV began to investigate the roles that Bryan County, its municipalities, and departments had during that storm.
Earlier this week, we gave you information about Pembroke's response. Well, today, News 3's Sarah Smith is taking a closer look at the county's role. Sarah, what can you tell us?
Well, let's look at the damage in numbers from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. In Bryan County, 10 homes were destroyed, 130 had major damage, and 91 were minor. 33 were affected, but in total, 264 homes were impacted. The county administrator provided a list of recommendations to better set the county and cities up for success when another disaster strikes, should that happen. It talks a lot about communication and lays out who should be in charge.
Tropical Storm Debby. It hit Bryan County on August 4th, but according to County Administrator Ben Taylor, they were preparing as early as the 1st. An emergency operations center was established on the 5th, where representatives from cities, organizations, and departments were invited. That's when the county started taking requests from municipalities. Taylor details the role of their emergency management agency.
It is to coordinate resources mostly. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't come in and provide mutual aid and whatnot. The EMA also has responsibility in recovery, coordinating or making sure you have the right volunteers in place to recover from that storm and handing it off to the right organizations.
Representatives from Pembroke were at the initial EOC meetings, but no one from the city of Richmond Hill was there. The county administrator says Richmond Hill didn't request any help until 5 days after the EOC was activated. They also didn't send a representative to the meetings until the 12th, even though it's stated in their emergency action plan that the city is to request needs from the county. The flooding was devastating, hitting Morgan's Bridge in the county and Richmond Hill in areas like Richmond Place and White Oak. But somewhere during the storm and after, residents got frustrated, many of them playing the blame game, asking why resources and help weren't in the hardest hit places earlier. Now county staff has some things to consider, recommendations presented to the commissioners establishing a full-time EMA director, and responsibilities and participation expectations for local governments. Also putting the EMA over volunteer coordination with a multi-agency recovery center. This means no individual city coordination, volunteers must be trained and vetted. Also, organizations must be identified along with shelters and partnerships. They also recommended that vulnerable infrastructure and populations should be recognized and equipped. Also, local evacuation procedures need to be established. GMC Disaster Recovery is consulting the county to come up with the best operation plan.
Nobody asks for a storm to come, it just shows up. And we don't necessarily always know what it's going to bring us. We just have to deal with it.
WSAV has reached out to Richmond Hill with a number of questions along with open records requests related to their response. We're currently receiving those, and we'll have those results for you tonight on News 3 at 11, also starting in News 3 at 5 and 6. Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Sarah, thank you. And you can watch previous coverage, including the City of Pembroke's response, by going to wsav.com/Debby response.